everyone, reactions for today's video. Now guys, let's talk about what's happening with the SEC today, because a lot of delays and a lot of stalling is taking place as we speak. But before we do get onto that news, what do we have here from Fame 21 more? Look at this, Rockefeller Foundation, right? Now this is absolutely interesting. Why? It's because what is the SEC going to stop? Ripple? Obviously not. Why? Because we see right here. This is how we know it's a whole show to begin with in the first place. The project is managed by the Mojaloop Foundation, which was launched in early 2020. Its members include central banks, financial services, and technology companies such as Google, Coil, and Ripple, right? Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and the Rockefeller Foundation. Guys, do we see what's happening right here? The Mojaloop Foundation and its community has also advances financial inclusion by shaping international standards and innovations. For example, through a research partnership with the Monetary Authority of Singapore on the central bank digital currencies. Again, this is how we know the SEC is going to lose, right? At the end of the day, when this is all said and done, the SEC is just the puppets, guys. Who controls the puppets? The puppeteers, right? Guys, Ripple always listed with these big names. Again, it's all in the know, right? All in the plan. We see here from Finland Law, motion to extend time to complete expert discovery has been granted in a text-only order. And expert discovery shall be completed by February 28th, 2022. Wow. Now, this just happened, right? This just took place. But, again, the more stalling that takes place, guys, we know that the SEC is losing its power, right? Now, I just recently watched this video from Jeremy Hogan, as we see on Ripple versus SEC. When will it end? You guys can go ahead and watch the whole video. But basically, April was a little bit too optimistic, as he did state, guys. You know, by the conclusion of the SEC case, he did seem to say that August, September-ish, around that area seems to be probably the settlement, or right, the resolution of the case. Wow, so more delays are taking place, guys. Isn't that insane? That's absolutely mind-boggling. Why? But for what reason do they want the delays to take place? It's because the world isn't ready yet. From my humble opinion, the world isn't ready yet, right? Which connects to this tweet from XRP Stewart. Attorney Jeremy believes that the SEC vs Ripple case could end around August-September 2022 to get an answer if XRP is a security. Meanwhile, 360 Trader believes crypto bull market will end around September 2022 with the extended cycle. Well, that's great timing for the bear market to arrive, right? Isn't that interesting? SEC case concludes around August-September, XRP explodes, and then possibly we do see a huge sell-off afterwards because of the quote-unquote bear market. Now, which is very interesting to say the least. Why? BC backers tweet out, while Congress toys with the idea of pitching that they must sell all their stocks now for ethical reasons, it still isn't set in stone. It would have to go into effect and give a selling period. My guess is they would let themselves liquidate before a major crash comes. Now guys, this is absolutely mind-boggling to the max, because watch how we tie this all together. So, XRP explodes around this time. What if they start selling their stocks around the end of the year, right? Towards this end of the year. And then the huge finale crash, quote unquote, even crazier than probably the depression crash or collapse that took place, will come into effect later this year. And then, guess what happens? Problem, reaction, solution comes into play, because of this whole reason. The whole reason they're going to do all of this, right, is because of what? To bring in the new financial system. That's the only reason I could think of, right, for this new era. So it really makes sense, guys. And then XRP's reign supreme right then and then after that. Pretty mind-boggling stuff, guys. Now this is very interesting from ISO XRP. Anyone else noticing a trend in government? I can't answer that. I don't know. I'm not going to comment on that. Now guys, listen to what they say right here, because it's actually hilarious. Listen.
We don't get involved in these types of public forums talking about any one project, one possible circumstance, and give legal advice over the airways that way.
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I'd can't go into the specifics of sources and methods. Sir, I can't answer that. I can't answer that, sir. Sir, I can't answer that.
Ms. Sadburn, who is Ray Epps?
I'm aware of the individual, sir. I don't have the specific background to him. Sir, I cannot answer that question. Similar to the other answers, I cannot answer that.
Are you planning now to make a clear statement on that? Because there seems to be a lot of confusion about whether anybody is going to get approved or not.
Bob, I hope I just did.
I don't have information on how many. I would say, hundreds of people have been charged, as Ms. Sanders.
More to the generic, if you'd understand why I'm not going to get into any one company or one token. No, I'm not going to get into any one token.
Have you had a chance to review her proposal?
Commissioner Peirce and I talk actively about these matters, but I've not yet reviewed. I think you just introduced your bill this morning, and I look forward to looking closely at that.
But the bill is based off of her proposal, and I was asking if you've reviewed her proposal.
Commissioner Peirce and I have had a number of conversations about her thoughts on these.
Okay, so you're not willing to answer that question. Okay.
So Bob, I'm not going to comment on specific crypto assets and whether they are a security or are not a security.
Your answer to every damn question is, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. You're under oath. You may believe at the Department of Justice that you are unaccountable to the American people, but that is not the case. And the wild...
Wow, guys. Isn't that crazy? Wow, guys. Isn't that crazy? Again, seems like they don't want to speak too much, because if they did, they'll be exposing themselves even further. Guys, Stefan Sweetout, this is just bad for Ethereum. Now guess what happened? The judge ruled that Hinman's speech was indeed his opinion, right? This is just bad for Ethereum. Whether XRP is security, it doesn't matter. It's perfect that it was just in personal opinion. So there's no guidance at all regarding digital assets. The SEC always referred to this speech as guidance, so there was nothing except some opinions. Again, Ethereum, Bitcoin. Remember, Ethereum especially has to go right because it's overrated. Why? Bank XRP U.S. committee announces hearing on the energy impacts of cryptocurrencies, energy and consumption, right? We have been talking about this for a long time. Ripple literally tweets it out here and there a few times. Bitcoin especially has to go. Remember, look what they're doing now. Look what they're doing, guys. Bye Bitcoin. Again, this is why these coins will vanish away, because the real utility coins come into play from Digital Pound Foundation. The House of Lords Economic Affairs Committee has published its report following the call for evidence on CBDC, right? Central bank digital currencies. If we go down here, we at the Digital Pound Foundation believe that CBDCs are one of the key building blocks that will enable the UK's transition to a more sustainable, inclusive digital economy. This outcome certainly takes the UK a step away from an increasing number of other central banks. Remember, problem, reaction, solution. So, problem that doesn't exist. So you're basically going to create a problem like always. Again, remember what it is. The crash, the collapse, right? This comes into play. Guys, the cards can be played at any moment in time, like we have been stating all this time, but people don't seem to see it. XRP Cross, 95% of our customers are non-US customers and only 5% are here in the US. Why? Because the US companies are waiting for clarity. Again, remember, literally all around the world except for the United States, XRP is considered a digital asset, right? But over here in the United States, XRP is what? A so-called security. But we already know that's obviously not true. They love delaying it for the simple purpose to get first of all, the world needs to be ready, right, for XRP. And it seems like it isn't. Why? Because they delayed it. So as soon as clarity hits, XRP is now a safe haven asset, which means every organization, institution, company, world, countries now are going to will now have XRP, right, in their basket, basically, because the risk is no more there, because now it's considered good to go, the green light. there we go, guys. Again, it's only a matter of time at the end of the day. Patience, right? We have been waiting for years. Why can't we wait for a few more months? Maybe like 6 months. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe, subscribe to my channel. See you guys, so you guys are having an amazing day. And you guys, see ya.